Let's get this out of the way, shall we? Pop music is literally dying right before our eyes. Katy Perry's basically dead and is yet to resurrect if she could. Taylor, as much as I love her, is in jeopardy. Let's admit it. Based on her standards, Reputation is a flop. This whole silence on her part in this era is really hurting her. Although I love the fact that she's prioritizing her mental health above anything else, still I'm conflicted. If she doesn't come up with a record that will surpass or even level with 1989 or the GP still hates her by then, I think the next era will flop even harder. Beyonce abandoned everyone and retreated inside her own small world of greatness that only the critics could understand. Sorry, but it's true. Although I love Flawless, Pretty Hurts, and Sorry, nothing much from her recent catalogs of songs made a splash. Yeah, I know her recent music isn't engineered for world domination, still I want another anthem. Britney Spears is just riding the nostalgia around her to thrive. Xtina is long buried along with Bionic and Lotus. Ariana Grande just released a subpar album, and Carly Rae Jepsen is beloved, but let's not kid ourselves. And also, let's not talk about the male pop stars. They are all so bland, it hurts my soul. Now, those are not my words. I found this statement on Reddit, and it is one of the truest things I've read in a while. I'm obviously a mega pop music fan. My entire channel is mostly surrounding pop stars, but pop music is dying right before us. I mean, just take a look at the number ones for this year. It's depressing to say the least. Now, let me clarify. I love all genres. I love hip hop. I love trap. I love it all. However, hearing Drake for 11 months out of 12 dominating is tiring. I feel like it wasn't just one thing dominating at first, but now it's only hip hop. It's only rap. And the pop music fanatic in me is tired of it. So today we're going to be discussing all of your favorite pop stars, male and female, old and new, their recent and past eras, and the potential revival of pop music. I do think pop music will be revitalized, however, it will take some time, but I have faith it will come back and come back strong at that. But I am going to discuss the most popular pop artists right now, and in a perfect world, through my eyes, how pop music should come back, starting with Taylor Swift. Every single era of hers is a moment. I feel she progressed in some way in every era. Reputation was the era where she progressed with her vocals. Look What You Made Me Do, legendary music video. The song was initially a grower. I understand the hate Taylor received forced her to be more seclusive, but I want her to start being a bit more out there like she was before, because Reputation, from her standards, was a flop. Let me clarify, it sold 1 million first week. She's a huge album seller, one of the only artists who can still sell albums in huge numbers. But in terms of her previous eras and singles, this is her flop era. Reputation was very much unexpected, at least the sound. I don't think she needs another 1989, but I want her to have some more smash hits. I mean, she'll obviously get it, she's Taylor Swift, but when will the smash hits come is the real question. She's played a key part in pop culture this past decade. I wouldn't even mind if she reverted back to country pop. I love every single Taylor Swift record. I want her to drop Joseph Kahn, give better visuals for her upcoming era. She's an amazing artist and songwriter. Taylor can single-handedly revive pop if we're being real. She's a key player. Now on to Taylor Swift's best friend, Miss Selena Gomez. The same tired basic vocals over a Kygo or EDM beat is not cutting it anymore. It's not. We're over it. Just give us something different or leave, because you're not needed in the pop world and someone can easily replace you and do extremely better. Her music in her Disney days and with the scene is better than anything she's releasing right now. She need to step it up or retire from the music industry. You're literally a beautiful woman with technology at your vocal cords. There's no excuse to releasing the garbage that you are. Take notes from Britney, please. Now on to Dua Lipa. We gave her 2 seconds with New Rules, Be the One, her little album. Her stage presence is god awful. Awful, awful, awful. JoJo Siwa has more stage presence than her. Magazine publications are really out here calling this woman the Madonna of our generation. The disrespect to compare Dua Lipa to any legend or icon in music is beyond me. I'm not gonna lie and say she doesn't have good songs, but the pedestal people are putting her on is so ridiculous, and to think that she could actually be the future of pop is depressing. Now about Bruno Mars. Bruno was initially like the main male in pop. I like his older music more, not gonna lie. Bruno, please come back from Funktown for 2 seconds and give us some pop music. I think Bruno is amazing with anything he does, but I genuinely love his older works more. He's so talented and I would love to see him return to pop. Justin Bieber, arguably the main male in pop music for the past decade. He's been gone since Purpose, which is a great album. I love that album so much and it was a step in the right direction, showing that he's not a little kid anymore. But these new features I haven't been feeling. No Brainer was so disposable and just garbage. And I genuinely like his features, but that just wasn't it. He's one of the many major pop stars who's on hiatus right now and needs to hurry up. Katie gave us Witness, which I was very critical of, as many others were. I hate coming across as one of those people who can't get over someone's older work or can't seem to evolve with the artist, but Teenage Dream was amazing, let's just say it. I don't think she'll ever top it, that was a moment in time. I think all of her work is pretty solid, but Witness was out of place for her stellar discography. One of the Boys, Prism were also great albums. Now she's taking forever to release something, and I hope she comes with bangers like she usually does. Her lead singles are always major hits, and I know she still has it in her. I'm just waiting for her to give it, because when all major pop stars decide that they want to release something, I feel it'll slowly start to bubble back up. Lady Gaga, the living legend herself, as much as I like and many others like seeing her grow as an artist, trying so many different things, jazz, country, and just evolving and being innovative, it's safe to admit that we all love Pop Gaga better. Let's just be real. After she stopped going pop, her hype died down, where she doesn't need hype because she's Lady Gaga. But she's had 2 flop eras at this point, and that Chainsmokers sounding song Cure wasn't cutting it. I did not like that at all. This woman, she's the epitome of pop music in my eyes. She gave the generation something it was lacking, and I just want her to come back from Countryville or wherever she's been hiding out. Team up with Red One just one more time in your career, and give us a pop album. And the continuation of Telephone needs to be on that album. Art Pop deserved better, phenomenal album, wrong singles, and Brooklyn Nights should have been added to the track list. Joanne, I do think Million Reasons should have been the lead. Perfect Illusion didn't cut it for me, and Ayo should have been a single. Just please team up with Red one more time. Don't give us the Cure, generic pop. Give us the pop culture that you embody. On to a main, but not so main pop girl, Ariana Grande. Sweetener was a solid album, but you guys know how I feel about Ari. She's very likable, extremely talented, but I don't see her as being an icon or a main pop star. This year she did numbers, she was the only big pop star to release, and she's just there for me. Nothing more, nothing less. I don't see her as a key component in the resurrection, but that's just me. Shawn Mendes. It's one of the most basic pop stars. I don't expect much from him. He has some solid tracks, but he really reminds me of a kids bop artist. Makes music for kids. I know his album, he talks about a lot of explicit things, but that's just the vibe he gives off to me personally. I didn't even know he had like 3 albums. He's not very interesting, and you guys are probably like, that's subjective, or why does he have to be interesting? Well, a key component in being a main pop star is being interesting, given the visuals, great music, and just good art, and Shawn doesn't do it for me. Nicki Minaj, you know I love her. Shout out to the queen for posting a clip of my video on Twitter. You guys are probably like, Nicki is a rapper, but in my eyes, she's as much as a pop star as she is a rapper. Especially with all the pop hits she's done and had. Side to Side, Starship, Super Bass, Turn Me On, Bang Bang, Pills and Potions, The Night Is Still Young. Queen the album had a very messy rollout. Poor single choices. Bed shouldn't even have been an option to be a single or on the album. But hey, every artist goes through this phase, and this is hers. Alongside her rap and hip hop, I would love to see her continue to do pop songs and collaborating with pop artists, as well as Miley. Poor Miley, I forgot that Younger Now even existed. That era just fell so short and was less significant than her previous releases. I don't even know if Younger Now had multiple singles, I just know it flopped terribly, and Malibu was the only hit. I even liked Miley and the Dead Pets, and obviously Bangers, great album. Me and many others would love a Bangers 2.0 or something that just gives you that feeling, like The Climb or Party in the USA. I don't think she has to be wild and crazy even though I enjoyed it, but just give music that won't make us all fall asleep. Like, she's Miley Cyrus, of course she can give it, but we're just waiting. I'm not sure what to expect from her though. Will she go country Elvis again, pop country, or pop hip hop? Psychedelic? She's very versatile. I'm interested. Now, if we're taking it a step back, of course we gotta mention Britney and Christina. I'm not even going to mention Madonna or MJ, the king and queen of pop, because I more so want to focus on this generation. And Christina and Britney, especially Britney, has birthed this generation of pop stars. will.i.am did a terrible job with Britney Jean. Glory, the visuals were awful but great songs. I don't think Britney has had a hugely successful album since Femme Fatale, which is fine, she can still get hits. She could have had a major success with better single choices and visuals for Glory. And if RCA would push her promotion, Slumber Party could have been a big hit. Make Me could have been even better. But that music video was not it. Christina, I couldn't take the screaming and growling contest from her and Demi, and then the constant single releases, she just kept dropping and wasn't pushing any singles. Very messy. But I do think Christina can still chart by collabing with other younger big artists. But I wish she would just stop screaming, growling, and barking during every song, because she has a beautiful voice, but that just tunes me out. The One Direction boys, I expected them all to be dominating right now. I really did. Their solo careers have been underwhelming, if we're being honest. Zayn, Niall, Harry, my favorite, Liam have all had certified hits or debut albums. Then there's Louis, who's just crickets. Like, he's literally just... Anyways, Rihanna. We all know she's doing her cosmetics right now. She even just got appointed as an ambassador of her home country, Barbados. So there's just like Fenty government now, I guess. Anti was great, but it is said that for her upcoming albums, the direction she's going in is Caribbean music, which is okay, but it's not exactly my taste. But I wonder if we can count her out of the pop resurrection since she's not doing it. Maybe she can do some collaboration because pop is obviously her strong suit. Mostly all of her big hits are pop. Beyonce, as well as Rihanna, is a very versatile artist, but they both have major hits under their belt in different genres, so they're like the wild cards. Love Lemonade, love her empowering black culture and embracing it. But I want her to just go back to making the music she did. I'm over the artsy fake love thing her and Jay-Z have going on. Although I did love Apeshit. Everything Is Love was really not that good of an album, but people will say this just because it's B and J. I do admire that they stepped out of the box, tried something different and progressive trap music, but the truth is, we don't want J and B, we only want the new B music. I love them together, I love that they embrace their love, but it just seems like it's been the same era for the past 4 or 5 years. We need solo Beyonce to come with the hits that she always gives. Adele, she's not even pop, but she can be classified as it, and has played a major part in the music for her time being. I really love 21, I think it's her best album. 25 was okay, but I feel like I've heard it before. I'm very interested to see if she'll try anything different. Either way, she sells extraordinarily and will be fine. Ed Sheeran, I'm going to be real, I've never been a fan of his work. I like Plus. He's also an amazing album seller and his career won't slow down anytime soon, but I don't think he's essential in pop music. Kesha had her foot on the pop game's neck for the longest, and I'm sad that her career had to take the turn it did. She still makes great music, but if we're being real, people don't care anymore. And that's sort of what happens when you come out being this wild, crazy, and polarizing figure, and then just stop. Similar to Lady Gaga, both their hype has died down, but obviously it was out of Kesha's control. I hope she can have a stronger comeback. Justin Timberlake, this man did R&B and pop, decided he wanted to go country and flopped. Oh wait, that rhymed. Anyways, I hated Man of the Woods. It just wasn't at all good. I would love to hear some more pop and R&B from him because those were his strong suits, and everything he does besides his most recent album pretty much gets blasted into the media and radio. Camila Cabello has great singles, but I don't really see her as becoming a main pop girl or know if she has the charisma to. She had a great debut, and I wonder if she can top it. And the other ex-Fifth Harmony members, as well as Dina, released a single which sounds very much like Fifth Harmony, and I did not like it. It's not a bad song, it's catchy, but that wasn't at all what she needed as a debut. But I do think she has potential. The anticipation for Normani is really, really high. She has legends backing and supporting her, Beyonce, Nicki Minaj, and I really think Normani has the potential to usher in the new generations of Rihanna or a Beyonce, because there's not any upcoming artists with Beyonce and Rihanna charisma or star power that they had when they first came into the game, and I feel Normani possesses that. So the pressure is really, really high on her. Everyone's waiting for her solo debut. The song with Khalid is doing well, but we are ready to see Normani be the star that she is. Sia is phenomenal, but she isn't that influential per se, but she's doing great, amazing vocalist, amazing music. I feel like majority of the people that I mentioned have the power to resurrect this dying genre. The pop girls and guys need to come off hiatus and release this new music, especially Justin, Katy, Taylor, even though she released an album, Lady Gaga, Miley. All of these people, pop music is in their hands. Whenever they're ready is when it will come back to life. As for underlying or underrated artists I feel should get more recognition or be thrust into pop music as a leading artist, Lorde deserves way more recognition. Carly Rae Jepsen, Charlie Puth, I forgot about him, but he's had some nice releases. None of his music is just terrible. Little Mix, I feel they have great voices, but a lot of their music doesn't really suit their voices. They're an amazing bunch of talent. Tove Lo, Nick Jonas, all these people deserve more recognition or the potential to be at the forefront. As for bands, Maroon 5 is really the only major pop band that has been consistent. Coldplay, amazing. DNCE, great band, deserves way more, deserves Maroon 5 spot. Zara Larsson makes great pop music. I think she deserves more attention. I could see her being a main pop girl. Charlie XCX, I'm not so sure. Her music or style would resonate with the general public. It does with certain songs, but her music is pulled in every direction in terms of style. In terms of DJs, EDM producers, Zedd, Calvin Harris, and David Guetta, their pop collabs are mostly always stellar. They stayed giving us bangers. I would like to see their collabs be pushed to the forefront again, especially David Guetta and Zedd. The endless good music they gave us just really infectious. They're like the holy trinity for EDM DJs in my eyes. Kygo and the Chainsmokers could never. All of their songs sound very similar. Beyond that, there's so much potential in pop music, but the best aren't at their pinnacle doing what they need to do right now. Till further notice, I and all the other pop fanatics will be waiting for pop to dominate and rise up from the dead. Anyways, tell me what you guys think of the state of pop music. What key pop stars need to play a part in the rise of pop music again? What pop stars don't need to be in the game anymore? And who are your faves? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll be back with more content really soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.